Hello, everyone. This is Khatija. Great to be here live. It is supposed to be starting at noon, but we were so excited to be bringing this exciting show for you that we are starting 2 minutes earlier. So, welcome back to Newcomers to Canada. LinkedIn live show with Khatija Qureshi. I always make sure that I bring hidden gems of new to Canada success story to energize, to motivate, and to energize your professional success. Yes, that's the whole idea of the show, to give that guidance to all the newcomers on how they can accelerate professionally in their career. Plus, I do bring in experts if they can add to some other parts of our settlement journey here. So we have just the perfect guest today. So I'll be introducing to her right now. She's waiting in the backstage. I'm Khatija Qureshi. I'm an online LinkedIn trainer for immigrant job seekers, where I help them connect to economic career opportunities using LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn is my craft, and helping newcomers to Canada at pre-arrival, recently landed, or in any undervalued job, giving them guidance on how to get skill-specific job in Canada. So if you're one, reach out to me. There is an upcoming webinar. You would definitely want to sign up for. The link is in the details section on the left and right, probably whichever medium you're using, mobile or desktop. So that is a little bit about me. And today we are speaking with yet another success newcomers to Canada story. And she have been an ex banker, turned into an entrepreneur, and now she is advising immigrants and others on how you can become financially independent. And today we are talking all things around how you as an immigrant parent can save smartly for your kids. So I'm pulling our her name is Arzoo Jha, and I'm pulling her back from the backstage.
Hi,
Welcome,
yeah.
welcome Arzu to the show. It's really exciting to be hosting you in the show. And I just did a brief introduction about yourself. I introduced you as a settled, successful immigrant, as someone who has worked in Canadian banking field, and then turned into an entrepreneur who is advising immigrants and others on how they can be financially independent and how they can save smartly for the future. So I'll let you briefly introduce yourself from being an immigrant to where you are right now.
Thank you so much, Khatija, first of all, for having me in this session. You and me have a long term association, and you were the one who guided me about my LinkedIn because I was lacking in that platform.
Mhm.
And that really helped me to succeed in Canada. Hi, everyone. A very good afternoon. I'm Arzoo Jha. I am a new immigrant. I landed in 2018 February. So my journey has been really roller coaster. When you are a mother, when you are a wife, you have to manage all the fronts, and somehow you are working also. So I have been working in India back home with Nestle India Limited, which is one of the top FMCGs throughout the globe, and I was into sales and marketing. So when the geography changes, my profile changes, and it was really a big challenge for me. I have tried my level best to upgrade myself in each and every parameter to become an entrepreneur and what I am today. So, as we landed here, first I want to tell you my background, what I am. Qualification wise, I am a BTech Biotech graduate, and along with that, I have done an executive general management program from IIM Calcutta also. I have been rewarded as a good performing person in Nestle many a times. And when we landed in Canada, the story was completely different. I was not an IT person sitting on my laptop and getting paid. No, I have to deal with people. So my job was very difficult. We landed here and I started my career with Rogers. It was a very difficult job. It was a door to door selling, and I have done that. So I am a female who is very strong. I never give up. And I have worked in extreme peak winters for around about 7 months with Rogers Communication. And the job was from 2 till 10, 2 in the afternoon till 10 in the night. So I used to work that time. I have done door to door sellings. I
Mhm.
have been awarded as the best performer. I has been promoted as a team leader also. So
Mhm.
I did that. But after some time, when I was able to settle myself, I said, this will not work. It's
Mhm.
not a long term progression which I'm looking for. So I
Mhm.
thought what to do. So I have been always in these networking sessions, and I used to seek advice from the professionals in the industry. And
Mhm.
somebody guided me that why you don't inculcate your marketing and sales skills in the banking sector, because banking is one of the most safest and one of the most strongest pillar of Canada. So
Mhm.
I learned, I upgraded myself, and I have done a license which is called investment funds in Canada. And
Mhm.
when I did, I was into networking session, and that
Mhm.
was the first time I met Khadija Qureshi.
Oh, okay.
So it was a session which was organized by BMO Bank of Montreal,
Mhm.
and I was into networking session. And seriously, I
Mhm.
want to give this advice to everyone: be
Mhm.
into these networking sessions.
Mhm.
That networking session was a game changer. It was a LinkedIn local session, and it was a game changer. I
Mhm.
connected with one of the professional from BMO, and she, no matter, she liked me. We clicked, and she gave me a chance. It was like
Okay.
I made my base that I have done my research that what will lead me to enter into banking sector. But
Mhm.
somehow I was not having a banking background, so I
Mhm.
have to learn the basics. So
Mhm.
she extended a hand and she helped me. And I
Okay.
joined one of the biggest branch of GTA, which is
Mhm.
requirement branch, as a customer service representative, because it
Okay.
was a learning.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, what I want to guide to people, when you are starting from the base,
Mhm.
CSR is the position which knows everything which is equivalent to a branch manager. Why?
Mhm.
Because you are dealing with day to day dealings. You have a
Mhm.
clients in front and you have to resolve their queries.
Mhm.
So the learning was immense. It was 3 months. I was performing very well. But
Mhm.
somehow, again, I have to network, I have to upgrade myself. I cannot be in that position.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
network, I interacted, and somebody was looking for a FSR and CIBC. They
Okay.
called me for an interview, and I cracked it on the spot. So I upgraded myself within 3 months. And I
Okay.
was as a financial service representative in CIBC.
Okay. Okay. Great learning curve, Arzu. Like I kind of I have been following your journey, digital, like whatever digital presence you have, but I never knew in depth that your learning curve had. You were resilient. You faced the adversity of the snow, going door to door. Like getting from a home to a car is a different thing, but doing as every day door to door, it's a different level basically. So kudos to you for that during the initial time. Overall, you mentioned a very important thing which I like sound like a broken record, how important networking is in Canada. So and you came out of opportunities as a ripple effect. Let it be LinkedIn local, you got into your first opportunity, and that also because of a person who guided you, and then you got into another networking, and you came out with an opportunity of upgrading yourself within 3 months. Of course, during the time you build up on your talent, expertise, but you were visible in front of right people at the right time. So what advice, and this is a question I throws, and I want newcomers, settle newcomers, to tell people, because my audience is pre-arrival immigrants who are to land, how different networking is back home and how life changing it can be. Your story tells, but any advice you want to give to any pre-arrival immigrant, that why they should net change their perspective about networking.
I think me being very active on LinkedIn, even people who approach me for networking, there are different ways how you can approach.
Mhm,
If
mhm,
you just send me a message and ask for a favor,
mhm, mhm.
I think that is not the right thing which you have to do. The
Okay.
right thing which a immigrant
Mhm,
can do is that first do your homework. You should know your basics. If
mhm.
you don't know your basic, nobody will guide you and train you on that how to do it.
Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
And then you have to look for people for their advices. I have seen that if you are well uh, accomplished with the kind of knowledge you have, what you want to do, you're very clear with your career objective and
Mhm.
what are you looking for,
Mhm.
people will guide you. People will
Mhm.
guide you. But then you don't have to think that the miracles will happen in a day or two. Everybody is really busy in their own life. Okay?
Mhm.
So you, once you have started building that rapport with that person,
Mhm.
they will consider you at some point of time. Give them time.
Okay.
Don't rush into things, because Canada, you know, it's itself, it's, the people are very busy
Mhm. Mhm.
here. Not only the professional life is important, personal is also equally important, and
Mhm.
people don't want to be disturbed in their personal life also. So
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
need time. Once you
Okay.
start making your presence on social, on any platform, you start networking with them, they
Mhm.
remember you. So
Okay.
if people are looking for some kind of networking and results,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, networking is a never ending procedure. It's a
Okay.
never ending thing. You
Mhm.
cannot say that you have landed into first job and you will stop networking. No,
Mhm. Mhm.
you don't know whether the person can be helpful to you in personal,
Mhm.
professional way. Anyway,
Mhm.
it should not
Mhm.
be only that you're looking for professional friends. When you're
Mhm.
coming from your home country to a new country, it's socialization also. No, you want to
Mhm.
socialize. So
Mhm.
that is also one of the parameter. Give people time. Don't rush into anything.
Mhm.
Do your
Mhm.
homework. You also do your part. Then
Mhm.
others will their part. Okay.
I I love all that networking advice, and you shared a basically a roadmap. Briefly, I'm encapsulating. You said that the networking mindset is a little different from how it was in origin country than how it is here, because how networking can be used as a tool is different in Canada. You're advising them to be patient, not to rush into things, build up a reputation which organically grow in bringing opportunities to you. So that is what I learned from you. So thank you so much, Arzu, for sharing briefly your journey and a little bit on networking, how important networking can be, not only for first job but also second and third job, because as I hear from you, networking is for life over here. I'll bring in few comments, Arzu, because we always talk with our audience as well. So we have uh, Nuruzaman Akhanda. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He's joining us from Dhaka. So we have Dhaka in Bangladesh in house. So thank you so much for joining in. We have Pragi, and she is also saying very true. So some part of your journey, whatever you were saying, she is echoing your thoughts there, Arzu. And then we have again Nuruzama saying, looking for opportunities in electrical sector in Canada. Thank you so much for sharing your career goals in Canada, Nuruzama. Probably this session, Arzu's story might inspire you on how to break into any new sector. So if you are joining us right now, probably in the replay, go back and listen to what Arzu said and what tips and advices she shared with you on how you can break into a sector. Other than that, probably you can follow my content, which I do. It is all around how you can use LinkedIn for pivoting or breaking into a new sector in Canada. So I hope it was helpful, and thank you all of you who are viewing us. Leave it in the comments below where you are viewing us from, and if you have any question which you can ask. You have two settled immigrants here, you have two settled people who got their first job in Canada, and now we are entrepreneurs. So do leave it in the comments below if you have any settlement or any questions which can help you in your settlement journey. Now, one thing which I always have been as because Arzu mentioned she's a mother, and introducing myself, I'm a proud mommy for an 8-year old as well. So one of the primary thing that was always in my mind after settling as first job was how I can secure my child's future. most of us as parents come to Canada primarily for our child's future. Of course, for ourselves as well, but primarily our immigration decision is primarily driven because of our bright future for our children. So Arzu is a perfect go-to expert because she is a fine insurance advisor and she advises around how immigrant parents can like start planning for kids future. So Arzu, I will be throwing in a lot of questions about education plan, like what are options. Let's start with like what are the options any newcomer to Canada, like let's say, let's take a hypothetical example. There's this lady Amanda. She has a 4-year old and she's immigrating and she's landing in December. So, what she should keep in mind, what options are available to newcomers, that as soon as they land, how they can start smartly saving up for that 4-year-old kid. So, I'll give it to you.
Khadija, I completely agree, first of all, that starting saving for your child education is very, very important. We have seen that the education till high school is free of cost. And we don't
Mm-hmm.
realize the importance that, yes, when
Mm-hmm.
we want a kid to go for a higher education, it can be really very costly. And if we calculate the average cost of the courses, it's approximately, if you're going only for an MBBS, it's approximately $30,000 as of now,
Wow.
current date per year. And it's a
Wow.
4 years course. So
Wow.
you actually need money when it comes to your child education.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have, as we know, many of 95% of the Canadians don't have that much of savings. And when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to the education, that
Mm-hmm.
is the integral part, very important.
Mm-hmm.
And as per the records, we have seen that huge amount, the huge percentage of youth,
Mm-hmm.
they land up into the initial job so early that they don't have funds to study further, or
Okay.
they are on OSAP, which is study education loan.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why the young generation is in huge debts and they are
Mm-hmm.
not able to continue their education.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So based on this, federal government has launched a program which is called Registered Education Saving Plan,
Okay.
which is also known as RESP.
Okay. Okay.
As it is a registered product, it is governed by federal government of Canada. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
it is just to promote the education for kids. Now, how it is done? Government of Canada tells that if an individual contributes $208 per month, that is $2,500 per year, they will give you a grant of 20% of the amount or maximum $500 per year
Okay.
for the
Okay.
education of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if an individual, suppose a person, you're saying Amanda has a daughter 4 years old and she
Mm-hmm.
start investing now, she
Mm-hmm.
has to invest till 17 years for the
Okay.
kids. And the maximum grant which they can get is $7,200, which is a free
Okay.
money.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Along with that, if an individual has is into a lower income group, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they can earn extra $2,000. That is,
Okay.
if
Okay.
suppose we know that all the new immigrants when they land here, many
Mm-hmm.
of them are struggling like me. I was struggling. I was not
Mm-hmm.
having that much of amount.
Mm-hmm.
So if you open your RESP for your kid in the first year, you get
Mm-hmm.
additional $500 as CLB. What
Okay.
is CLB is Canada Learning Bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Government of Canada says for the income group who are below to the certain level,
Mm-hmm.
you get an extra amount of $2,000. How it
Mm-hmm.
works? That in the first year you get $500 as CLB, and
Mm-hmm.
every year, every consecutive year, you get $100, which keeps add
Okay.
on till the time you are eligible for that grant CLB. Till the time you are in lower income group.
Okay, okay. It seems like there is a hidden opportunity and a lot of new immigrants because we are settling in a new environment. We don't know of these government opportunities which are available to. As soon as you land, these opportunities are available to you as a permanent resident or whatever your visa status might be. So I would love to know, Arzu, from you, like let's say in case of Amanda, she's planning to land in December. So when can she apply for this RESP?
See, RESPs are for the people who
Mm-hmm.
are on PR,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who are a citizen. or who are on work permit who have taxed their files, to have done tax filing. Okay,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
only for those people. These are not for visitors, and for the
Okay.
temporary work permit people, they are not there. Okay.
Okay.
Now what happens is that many of the newcomers comes to me and say that we don't have money. Obviously they are struggling initially for the career settlement and all. So what I give them answer is that I completely agree, this is not the right time. I know you are having short of funds, but as we know that I myself have a daughter, and when I landed into this country, we were given a grant of child care benefits. Okay, child care benefits have been given to every individual who are as a PR or citizen from the first day they land in this country. Okay, no matter, the processing takes around about 8 weeks, but once you get the first payment, it is from the first day.
Okay. Okay.
And in the first year, what we have seen, usually people get a range of $500 to $600 per child, because it's the first
Okay.
year. They have not done any kind of tax filing here. So
Okay.
even if you contribute a portion of that also,
Okay. Okay.
you can earn for your child education.
So there is basically no limit that you have to put in that education fund. You can put like $50, you can put $100, you can put any amount.
See, what government of Canada is saying, that maximum they will give you $500 if you contribute 2,500. The lifetime limit of a kid, if I have one daughter, my lifetime limit for my daughter is $50,000. I
Oh,
cannot over contribute. If I over contribute, I'll be penalized for 1% of the penalty per month.
got it.
Okay, so 50,000 room you can occupy at any point of time if you,
Got it. Got
and
it.
it is that the grants will be given yearly basis. It's not
Oh,
that you deposit 50,000, you will get the whole grant. No, you
okay.
will
Okay.
get only $500 for that money, because
Okay.
maximum $500 per year government is giving you if you contribute.
If you contribute, so there is one part of it is RESP government is contributing, and there is one part that we have to put in. So what
Yes.
I'm trying to understand, Arzu, here is, and I'm sure anybody who is watching this or any mother who is watching this would have the question: do I have to put monthly fixed amount that if 1 month I miss, there is some penalty?
See, usually it happens. It depends upon what kind of plans you're using. Okay.
Okay.
There
Okay.
are different kind of plans. If you're going with banks, they are investing in mutual funds. If you're going with insurance, it is seg funds. It depends.
Okay.
Okay. What kind of plan you're using. Yes,
Okay.
there are sometimes it is that if you miss a payment, yes, you will be penalized. If you
Okay.
reduce it, obviously it is. But
Okay.
if you make a constant payment, now suppose a new immigrant is coming and they
Mm-hmm.
don't have that much money and they don't want to spend also, so
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
can start the RESP with $100 also. They don't have to
Okay.
contribute 210, and
Okay.
later on when they are well settled, they can increase that amount.
Increase that.
Yes.
Got it. Got it. And rightly so, also because and it is doable, whoever, any pre-arrival parent who is watching this, the advice which Arso gave, I have been doing it with my son as well. The child benefit which comes, a portion of it exactly I deposit in his RESP. So it is doable, and you can pick any amount which you are comfortable with. And of course, with advisors like Arzu herself, you can take you can definitely talk about your financial situation and take her expert advice of what kind of amount would be easy for you, and will help you save smartly for your child's future. And as Arzu shared few astronomical numbers over here, that child education to a certain level is free in Canada, but after that you have to pay for it. And how smart it would be that you start saving up for your child at a 4-year old, so that he or she can get a big amount at a later age, and it's easier for him or her to continue his education out from the public school into private university or college level, because college and university is not funded by government and it's not free. Big learning for me as well. Arzu, thank you so much for the guidance around that, because I usually keep my live for 30 minutes to keep it crisp and short and small. My question to you again, leading from RESP, would be that if anybody wants to connect with you and they want to take your advice after this conversation, where they can connect you?
I have my website. My company name is Insure to Shore. It's a
Okay.
corporation, and you can just check me at www.insuretoshore.ca.
Okay. I am just Googling it while you are mentioning it. Can you elaborate more about your company? What does your company do?
My company is into insurance and investments. What kind of services you are looking for? It starts from visitor insurance to super visa insurance, travel insurance, RRSPs, RESPs, TFSAs. Then, when it comes to insurances, life insurance, it can be term or permanent. Then, it can be critical illness insurance, disability insurance. So, whatever living benefits you are looking for, these are called life and living benefits you are
Mm-hmm.
looking for. I am there to help you with that.
Great. So you're you are a go-to resource for any kind of insurance, and especially nowadays, people are looking for travel insurance, medical insurance, because of the COVID thing. For super visa insurance, there are so many insurance. So anybody who is watching this and who needs an insurance advice, which sometimes is a must, you need to have for certain for certain regulation, you need to have insurance. So do connect with Arzoo Jha and her company website I have just mentioned over here, Insure to Shore. And I can tell you from my knowing of Arzoo, she's a very empathetic person. She would understand your needs first and then advise you around that. And there is no fluff around her advice. She's very apt on, and she will just tell you what you need. She will not add any other icing on it. She'll be very practical on very straightforward on what your needs are and what you need based on your requirement. So that is it from my side. Arzu, any advice you would want to give, because this is new, my audience is completely pre-arrival and recently landed or even landed newcomers. Any advice you want to give to people who want to break into insurance space the way you have?
What I will say is that, see, when you are self-employed, you never have to give up. It's
Mhm,
ups and downs, loans and high. You have this. You
mhm,
have to have that never give up attitude. You have
mhm,
to build on your network. And even for the newcomers who are coming even to enter a job, I'll say Canada is a land of opportunities. It
mhm,
is indeed. We are
mhm,
coming from the countries in which we are struggling even for career. But if
mhm.
you have that potential and if you are fine with your skills, you will be able to do wonders. You will do. It is a land of opportunities. Keep trying, keep pulling yourself, keep working on yourself. You have to upgrade yourself if you have to be in market. Whether it is professional, whether it's personal, anything, you have to do that. And trust me, Khatija, it's herself. She has been so successful because she has been actually working on herself. I've never seen her stopping. No, she has got so many appreciations, so many acknowledgments, but still, she is a person who is always active, and that is what I learned from everyone. Never give up.
I love what you said, Arzu, to all the new beginners, newcomers to Canada, and what to expect and how to do what you have done, what you have achieved. And thank you so much for quoting me though over here. It's always humbling whenever a guest speaks very highly of me. So very proud of my journey and happy to be guiding anybody or empowering anybody along the way. Also, one parting question, and this comes from an immigrant mother. I have Amanda in mind as well, and I reminisce me when I landed with a 3-year-old, starting from scratch. Um, Definitely, kid's future was definitely in my mind, and I knew that as soon as I land, he will be going in a public school. Any advice? Of course, you we have talked about how important and how they can get started, they can head start on saving on child's education. Any other advice which you feel which immigrant mothers don't know about savings other than RESP? Is there any other advice you want to give to immigrant mothers related to financial independence, freedom, or anything?
Khatija, it's a very good question, which everybody asked me also. But what I tell them, it's depend upon their needs. What are their needs? If it's a short-term goal or a long-term goal, if they are looking for a long-term goal, they want to invest, they want to save in a long term, then I
Mm-hmm.
would say TFSA is a very good option. It's a tax-free savings account in
Mm-hmm.
which you can save, and whatever interest you earn, you don't have to pay tax on that. There is a limit, yearly limit defined by Government of Canada. You
Mm-hmm.
can invest an amount,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever you have invested in stocks, mutual funds, anything,
Mm-hmm.
whatever returns you get, they are tax free. Okay.
Okay.
But then the time horizon should be at least 5 years, because it depends. Any investment which you
Mm-hmm.
want to be fruitful has to
Mm-hmm.
be a bit long.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. So what I understand as today's conclusion, and it is a learning from me, although I have been here for a few years, that any immigrant who is a PR holder, by PR we means permanent resident holder, a work permit holder, or uh, a visa status which allows you to qualify for RESP, which is Registered Education Plan. You should open RESP ASAP. Second, you can avail TFSA, which is where you can save tax free. And believe you me, when you come over here, the first shock that you get is the tax. You
That's
have to pay a big amount of your income to tax every year, and you have to pay it
I want I
100%.
want to tell you one thing. Even
Mhm,
people are not aware that even if they are earning interest of $50 in
mhm,
GICs through the
mhm.
banks, they have to pay interest on that, tax on that also. You know that.
Wow, wow.
So only TFSA is the room in which the interest which are earned is
Mhm.
tax free. That
So
is why there's a capping on that. There's a limit. It's not that unlimited you can deposit. There's a limit per year.
so yes, Canada is a land of opportunities. You will find economic opportunities over here, but definitely there are limits to it as well. Use Because of ignorance of knowledge as well, immigrant parents start later in their settlement stage. Like I started RESP almost a year and a half after landing because I didn't know. But we have experts like Arzoo Jha who are guiding immigrant parents and also immigrant themselves on how they can work on their pension funds or in their other financial instruments. So I'll highly advise you to connect with Arzoo Jha. You can connect with her on LinkedIn, and I've displayed her company URL over here. So do connect with her. And that is it from our side, from my side. If Team Live, whoever is watching me, thank you so much for being over here. And my team replay, if you're watching this in a replay, do leave it in the comments below where you're joining me from, and any question that you have for me as an online LinkedIn trainer for newcomers to Canada, or for Arzoo on education funds or any kind of insurance that you are looking guidance for. I'll make sure that we are answering your questions. So that is it from my side. Till yet another for another newcomers to Canada show. That is bye bye from my side. Have a great weekend ahead and see you on the other side. Bye.